Hey guys, thanks for being here. It has been a week and a half since I posted, 2 weeks since I posted a video, and then my computer rebelled against me. Well, I think we got it figured out, and so I'll just see if I can have it whip through a whole bunch of clips, just sort of show you what's been going on. Like watching puppies get excited. Only like really gigantic puppies. All right, so the steers are enjoying their new grass this morning. They've been out and about for about an hour. All right, I've constricted the pen a little further. I've moved all the hens over to where the steers were, and that's where their pen was, right back there. You can see it's a little more chewed up, and the hens are going after those meadow muffins. Meanwhile, I've taken the round pen or the corral apart. I've got all the pieces right here, and I threw the water tank up top as well, and I'm gonna move it over there somewhere. I'm still kind of figuring that out. Okay, got the corral set over there. Still got to move some poly tape around. These guys are enjoying it. You know what? They're really good lawnmowers. Look at this section. Nothing needs to be done here. That tall grass right there, that's got ants in it. Red ants. There's a nest in there, a big nest. And they avoided that. Clever steers. And there it is. Fence is hooked up. No mistakes again, please. And steers have already found the path leading to their new corral where the water is full of nice cool water. There's their salt lick. Oops, there it is. So all good things happening for them right there. All right, so I got a notice today that our new Cinnamon Queen chicks, they're hens, they have been shipped from Hoover Hatchery. They don't usually show up the next morning, but that means they should be here 2 mornings from now. So I got some starter feed, I got some shavings. I've towed the brooder from out on the other side. I towed it with the mule around here and put it in where I'm gonna have it. It's a nice shady spot and good protected location. All right, I'm gonna let it air out a little bit. Those big old huntsmans with an egg sac on it. Yeah, that's about. Oh, I hate when that happens. I took my eye off it. Oh. It's about the size of the palm of my hand. And now I don't see her. Oh no, it just got really creepy. Well, I opted to take the guys out of the woods completely, and just because it's really about forage, not space. So they've found and started beating up the sorghum, but they're quietly enjoying all of this. Time to just install a couple of gates, this one and the 14-footer across the farm road. This is what comes with your gate typically, and they're not bad. I prefer to just go all the way through and bolt it on either end, and that way I can adjust the nuts to move the whole thing in and out, and I don't have to worry about stripping the inside of the wood and having this pull out. So it's a few extra bucks, like $8 to $10 a piece to buy these, but I just think it's worth it. I'm pretty close. And boom. There it is. That's one. I'll do the 14-footer next. There we go. Looking like a thing of beauty. This post perfect. This one I wanted to swing all the way through, but then look at this post. Look at that thing angled out at a weird angle. Did not account for that, and I think it's because when I did the cross strap, the cross bracing, I pulled it too tight. So I pulled the top of this way and forced the whole thing over. So that's on me, but it opens in, and really that's fine since my objective is to keep the livestock in. With the first post, I intentionally put it so that when it closed, it would bang up against the post. I just have this fear of the steers pushing up against it, something happening with the chain or something that doesn't get hooked right. It pushes through and they disappear. That's not going to happen over there. They would have to pull that to get it out, to get out of that side. This one was supposed to swing through because of vehicles. It would just make it easier, you know. But I'm not mad about it. I think the same principle applies. It's not going to go that way, so you have to pull it in. And I think I'm okay living with that. So actually kind of pleased with the way this worked out today. Bees are still here. It's a good sign. The only thing that's been a bit of a surprise this week just is having to move the steers as often as I have. When they started off, they didn't really seem to be eating that much, but when I look back on it, I was giving them a really big pasture area to graze. And I've compressed those down a little bit, little by little to experiment, and I'm starting to get a good feel of how much they'll eat in a day. And so that's really helpful. Eventually, my goal is to get some interior fencing, interior perimeter, right? So around the homestead. So the goal really is to make this look like, for lack of a better word, like a donut, so that the home and the homestead are in the middle of the donut, where the donut hole would be. Otherwise, it would be a Danish. And have perimeter and then interior perimeter. And that way I can run connective fencing between the exterior and interior perimeter fences and just keep moving that around the donut, and the space in between those fences will be the grazing area for the steers at that time. May or may not work. It's my vision for it. The property's not divided evenly, but I'll work on it. And that is all that's left of the sorghum. New pen area for the cattle. For the steers, included the mound with the raised beds because we need those cleared out, and they are taking their job seriously. Grass on the septic mound. Very popular right now, as is everything in the raised beds, which we need them to eat out anyway, except for this first one here, which I covered with chicken wire. That's Deb's herb garden. We don't want them to eat that. All right, Duke's gonna rip down my trellis. Well, I guess I'm rebuilding a trellis. My fault. I didn't know those vines were gonna be so tasty. Oh well. Well, there goes the second trellis. Pretty warm weather, but all these little ones seem to be doing okay. They're still not sure about me, and that's fine. Just a shade over 90 in here, so temperature's okay because they're still babies and they need about 90 degrees, but hopefully the weather starts cooling off and we can bring the temperature down in here as well. Boys enjoying some quality time in the shade this afternoon. Well, I'm sure that was clear as mud. So here's what happened. My computer hard drive got full. For years, I have just been save on the hard drive of the computer. And it filled up with, 3.5, 4 years worth of videos from YouTube on there. And yeah, so I needed to offload a whole bunch of that stuff. I used to use iMovie as my video program. There's probably a lot better options out there, but this one comes with a computer. I learned how to use it, and that's what I do. And the catch is you can have everything in a photo, like in your photos folder or whatever, and but once you import it into iMovie to use it in a video, iMovie also saves it. So now I got stuff saved twice. And then after you save a video as a file that you can put on YouTube, it's on your hard drive, but it stays in iMovie. And if you try to delete the video, it still saves all the components under a different file in the iMovie library. So I had a little over, almost a terabyte worth of stuff from iMovie on the computer. So I offloaded all that, and that was the technological piece I had to learn. So I found a dude on YouTube who took me through the steps on that, and I was really happy to find that out there. So I was able to offload it, and now even iMovie knows where to look for it on the external hard drive. And so I'm happy to have all that space back and be able to get back to making videos. Bottom line, just still hot here. Day-to-day operations, the hens are doing their rotation in behind the steers. The steers are doing their thing and cutting the grass for us. And I move them about every 2 days. Depends on how they're doing on eating everything there, the forage. But then the hens come in and I sprinkle those meadow muffins, and they scratch and spread everything out and do their job. And then we've got the babies in the brooder. That's 15 new cinnamon queens, which are a type of hen that we really like. Good temperament, great eggs, good size bird, good size eggs, large eggs. And we just really like them. So we got 15 more of them coming in. And what that means is that the 4 that we have that are going to be 2 years old here in a little bit, and the gold stars that we have that are the black Australorps that are also 2 years old, we're going to be getting rid of those here. As soon as these cinnamon queens get up to speed and start laying, we'll send the others off to live with someone else. We'll see if there's anybody who's looking for some laying hens that their production is going to start to drop. But other than that, there's nothing wrong with them. And so that's our plan. We continue to harvest a lot of eggs, more than we're selling. So we keep taking them over to the benevolence center there at the church. But otherwise, it's just kind of getting into a rhythm here at the farm, and it's good. Fencing work continues. I still got more of that to do. I've gotten a little lazy, but I need to amp that up again and get that finished. But tell you what, it's just been beautiful here, and we're doing great. Also been doing some college visits with my youngest, who's coming up time to start school. So that's been really informative and a little bit of an exciting time for him. So I'm just glad to be part of that and to see how he's developing through that. Anyway, gorgeous night here on the farm. If you look behind me, look at the color of that sky back there. Oh man, that is just red. That's really something. All right, well, it's getting late, and I think that's going to do it from here. Talk to you guys later. You guys know there's 2 bulls, right? That other guy's way smarter than you.